What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of Locker Room Talk with myself, Alfie Vincent, my man Mark Fox,
Yo.
and my man Harry Brissenden.
Hello, everybody.
how are you guys doing? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just been chilling, working in lockdown. H, you?
Yeah, well, I've not been working, but I've been a lot of chilling.
A lot of
Nice.
chilling.
Nice, lots of chilling.
Man, it's definitely
What you
needed though.
You playing Xbox? Sessions of FIFA?
I have actually. I bought FIFA 1. Not as bad as I was expecting to be.
No, I heard the career mode's a bit crazy on it.
I've actually not started that. I've been playing a lot of the Volta football, the big street mode.
Oh, right,
Actually
yeah.
pretty
yeah.
good. Actually
Yeah.
pretty good recreation. The old
I've-
FIFA Street.
I played the old FIFA, like the first one that came out, but I never actually. I haven't played any since then. Because they bought another one out, didn't they, for like PlayStation 3 or whatever?
It doesn't have like the game graphics. Two great piece shots that we.
Oh yeah. They just go in
How
automatically.
It's more like realistic movement, like the actual normal units.
So I've never got an instant Volta.
What?
No,
was that?
So I've never got an into the Volta, to be honest. I mean,
Oh right, yeah,
this new FIFA hasn't really been all that impressive. If you
No.
ask me, it just felt like I was playing FIFA 20. Really.
Yeah, fair.
Not
I like the addition where you can control where the one in the 1-2, you can control where the first pass runs to next, flick to the right stick, so you can kind of get attacks going a bit easier. Because that was one of the things I struggled with with 20. It just felt a bit static all the movement. People didn't make runs.
Yeah, it was a bit. It was hard to do like cross it in and stuff like that. It was just like playing down the wing. It just never worked. But yeah, right. Do you reckon we should get into things?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start things off by talking about, we recapping game week 9. It was a bit of a crazy one, to be fair.
A lot happened.
A lot happened. Was there a couple big upsets? Not really a couple. There was
I think there was some results that you didn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't expect Brighton to beat Villa, but we'll get onto that in a bit.
Yeah, we will.
We'll start with Newcastle-Chelsea. It was 2-0 win to Chelsea with, Federico Fernandez scoring an own goal in the 13th minute to start things off. That's Newcastle all over. It was a bad one. Newcastle all over. There's an argument maybe Chilwell pushed him a little bit coming in, but I don't think so. I don't think so. And then that man Tammy Abraham, he's a wonder kid. Firing again this season so far.
Hopefully do the same for England.
Chelsea should have won about 4 or 5-0. They should have won.
Yeah, they definitely should have. I mean, you look at I've got the stats up here. You get 14 shots to 8, but actually, to be fair, Chelsea only had 3 shots on target, and Newcastle had 1. But then you see 71 possessions. Yeah, he did. That hurt my fantasy team. The possession stats 71 to 29 to Chelsea's favour. I mean, that's crazy. And then 746 passes from Chelsea and 287 from Newcastle.
Oh my god.
It's just domination.
That went the way Chelsea should have got more goals, but I don't think they were ever going to concede or lose to Newcastle, let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't know about Chelsea this season. Obviously they're third at the moment, but I still don't think they know their best team. Frank doesn't know what team to put out.
Well, they've spent all the money but don't know how to use it.
Yeah,
that's
like you've got Werner, but you've also got Tammy. You need to have both of them on, and you don't really. Ideally, you don't want to play either of them out of position.
No,
I mean their second goal the other day showed that they can link up.
Yeah,
so there's some problems there because that was a really good goal.
But then where do you now fit Havertz? Because you got Mount and you got Ziyech who are playing so well.
on the bench.
I mean, once Champions
You can't
League
have Havertz.
start,
I know,
Royal come
Sorry, H?
Yeah.
with the more fixtures they play in Champions League, it's like stay in cup competitions longer. That'll come more and more in handy though, having the depth.
Definitely. That you can't complain about their depth.
No, for sure. I mean, like sometimes they're starting and they're not. They haven't even got Kovacic on, and it's like he's one of their best players, and they're just having him on the bench. But the defense. I got to stop. Defense. American sports has gotten to me, man. The defending from Chelsea has been suspect to say the least this season so far. What do you make of their moving forward now with Thiago Silva? He seemed to settle in a bit.
I think they're adopting quite a different style of play, if you think about it, because they're being more attacking from defending, especially with Chilwell now coming into play with things.
And Reece James, fantastic.
Yeah, Reece James. He's
right
been
back.
Making a big difference.
growing popularity in the last
Yeah.
2-3 game weeks.
Yeah, no, he's been killing it.
Haven't Chelsea got like some of the best clean sheets at the moment?
They are like, I think they are like 8 or 9 games clean sheeted. Unless didn't they? No, I think they are about like eight games with a clean sheet.
Yeah,
or
they're
something
doing.
like that.
I know they're doing well defensively, and I think they're the team who's scored the most goals so far.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to fact check me on that one.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I'm
I know
not
they're
sure,
definitely up there.
they've definitely improved. But I mean,
sure.
who do you start in those centre back roles then? Because they've got a few.
God.
I would play Zuma for the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zuma's in my team actually.
Worth having him in.
Yeah, and then what do you start? Thiago Silva there for now.
For now.
Well, who else they got? Tamori.
Tamori, Rudiger. I think he's still there,
Rudiger.
right?
Shit.
Christensen. I think he might have gone out on loan somewhere. I'm not 100% sure on that. But if they've still got Christensen. So yeah, I don't know. I think for now stick Thiago Silva in there.
He's an experienced player.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, the thing they really had to do was get rid of Kepa, and they've done that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Kepa, I actually feel quite bad for him.
I think he had the worst save. I'm not sure what the stat is actually called, but the consistently saver, he had the worst stats for a single game in football history in terms of amounts of goals saved. Which is bad. It's so bad.
That's mad.
Like,
that's mad. But he'd light it up in like the La Liga or the Serie A. He'd be a really good goalie over there. But I think that's where he's gonna have to.
Do you remember when you refused to get subbed?
Yeah, I mean,
so it's just you get subbed.
That was crazy. That was such a throwback. But yeah, no. So yeah, Chelsea. I think they're gonna get top 4. I don't think that's a problem.
No, yeah, top 4 with the team they have. I mean, you think about what they did last year without Timo, Kai Havertz, you know, all the others that they got brought in, and they got top 4 still, didn't they?
Yeah,
there's some stiff competition this year.
Yeah,
Tottenham look a real team now.
Massive,
I think
Everton, Southampton, Leicester as well.
Yeah, exactly. But
a lot of teams are looking.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot of competition for that top 4. It could be quite exciting.
Yeah.
And hopefully for the Premier League title actually this year.
Yeah, definitely Chelsea top 4.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so the next game we got is Villa 1, Brighton 2. Brighton getting the away win, Graham Potter's side. I obviously, as a Palace fan, I have a little bit of bias towards Brighton, but I'm going to try and leave that at the door as much as possible.
Yeah.
But that guy Danny Wells gets his goal on his return to the Premier League. Not bad. And
Great goal.
Yeah, Sully March got the winner with who's that?
Another banger.
Ezzy Cossa from Villa. I don't know him.
Conser. Ezri Conser.
Ezri Conser. And then Tariq Lamptey. I didn't actually watch this game, but Tariq Lamptey got a red card. Anyone know anything about that? What happened?
I saw it earlier. I didn't see if that's yellow.
Breaking up a bit.
I think
You're breaking up a bit, Age.
I didn't see. It was a second yellow.
Yeah.
But I think Villa had to throw it. They took it, threw it short to Grealish, and Grealish passed it back to the thrower. And just afterwards, Lamptey comes in and kind of kicks him a little bit.
Oh right.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it was a foul, but whether or not it was yellow.
Was it a bit?
But he's already on a yellow.
So it's a bit petty.
Okay.
Can't really foul it.
It seemed like a boring game. But
three good goals.
3 good goals. To be fair, I did. That Sully March goal was a bit of a banger, wasn't it?
What were the stats behind that then?
So you got, I mean, Brighton had 3 shots on target. Villa had 4. Pretty even in the percentage wise. 56% possession favouring Villa. Yeah, I mean, a lot of fouls from Brighton. 18 fouls from Brighton.
Jesus.
Villa had a last-minute penalty. Cancelled out.
Yeah, very true. But that worries me about Brighton. Those 18 fouls. I mean, I do like Graham Potter as a manager. I think he's fantastic. But I think with the defenders they got as well. You look at the defenders they got, like Dunk and Ben White. They're 2 great centre backs, and you got Lamptey and who's their other wing back? Do we know? Let's have a look.
I'll have a look.
But yeah, so you
They
got.
don't seem like a team though that can.
Well, they
take
play a
200
back three, so
yards.
yeah, they've got Webster, Dunk, and Ben White with Lamptey and Sully March as wing backs. It looks like. So I don't know if that's maybe they. I mean, they don't have a lot of pace back there on that back line. So maybe I think that could be something that's not doing well, especially when you've got Ollie Watkins, Jack Grealish, Barkley, and Trezeguet running at you,
Yeah,
and John McGinn behind them. Do you know what I mean? That's
it's a different generation type team for Villa at the moment, isn't it?
yeah, they're definitely coming into what looks like their own somehow, Villa, this season. Maybe they're the
Yeah.
Sheffield United of this season, because it definitely isn't
True.
Sheffield United.
It's just what players
They
from
miss
Villa are
fans.
going to get swiped up. Who's going to get swiped
Yeah,
up?
well,
Jack
I mean,
Grealish,
Grealish,
maybe.
Grealish hasn't been swept up yet, so that's quite interesting.
I reckon maybe if not next transfer window, Grealish will probably be gone.
Yeah,
Start
Because of
next
that
season.
5-year contract, they're going to spend a lot of money.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's probably
He's going to cost like 80, 90 million to get him out of there.
because what they got Watkins and Trezeguet as well, like players like that who are the best of the team. Unfortunately,
Ollie Watkins is a really good player.
he's
really
young
good
as
player.
well, isn't he? I think.
Yeah.
So a young talent like that will get swiped up by a bigger team, and then just will either be a flop or be hot as shit.
Yeah, for sure. So the next game we got on is Tottenham 2, Man City 0. Probably the biggest upset of the weekend.
Big
Yeah,
result, big
Was
result.
a great match.
Great
I know,
game.
Mark, you were dying to talk about this.
Oh,
so
man, you
I'll
don't
let
understand.
you go
So
and do your thing.
it went exactly the opposite of how you thought this would go. Just an absolute Mourinho moment, absolute class football. So
Yeah.
I believe if you look at the stats, Alfie, they show a different game to what actually happened.
Yeah, so I mean, stat-wise, City dominated the game. You got 22 shots to 4 in favour of City, and then you got possession-wise, City had 67% possession, with nearly double the amount of passes. But they did cause a lot of fouls.
They did,
be fair.
yeah.
That's
But
a classic football manager stat line.
I have to say one thing that does get me about City: 10 crosses.
10.
10 crosses. They refuse to stop crossing, yet they don't have a striker who can get on the end of these crosses. I mean, Gabriel Jesus did
Also-
with the disallowed goal, but
Just like goal at
10
the end of the day.
they've got no
That's
one in there that's going
very un-Guardiola.
Yeah. But this is the thing, though. They were putting in all of that effort and getting
They
nothing.
cross a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, when you've got like De Bruyne putting them in, you can put them in for wherever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, but they had so many issues when if you watch some of the playback, when the people on Sky Sports and stuff break it down, they show Harry Kane just standing in pretty much just in the middle of space, and all he was doing the whole game was Aurier was getting a ball out, and Ndombele was getting a ball out to Kane. He was just turning and running because no one was there, and he would run into space, look up, take a look, and that's where you see he put a ball through to I can't remember who it was. Lo Celso was his
Yeah,
name?
Lo Celso, yeah.
Lo Celso's first touch, right, was a ball through from Harry Kane. Took one touch, second touch was a shot, and he scored, and he just come on.
Right.
He just come on for
Yeah,
fouls and got the
that's-
second goal. The first goal, Kane ran ran to receive the ball, didn't go to him, but he brought both the centre backs from City to him, and Son just done what Son does best and just ran straight through them all and just put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that ball from Ndombele, that chip over the top through
Yeah.
to Son for that first goal was unbelievable.
Huge
For a
huge
guy
goal.
that Mourinho didn't fancy at all last season, he's really come into things.
Yeah, he's really
come
changed
into
that
his
team.
foot.
They were a team that were really
mean,
running
what-
dry.
What he's done with, especially Kane and Son, is phenomenal. I mean, they're obviously world class before we got
Yeah, great
Yeah.
partnership.
I mean, it's
Maybe-
vintage Mourinho, isn't it? I mean, he loves to have that striker and that winger. You know, he had it with Benzema and Ronaldo back at Real Madrid. He had it with, I guess you could say to a degree, Diego Costa and Hazard. Like Costa did get goals, but he was obviously feeding Hazard quite a lot throughout the time. And then, yeah, I mean, now he's got it again with Kane and Son. I mean, having that rest really helped Kane, I think.
Yeah.
That time off where he got injured right on the turn of the year, didn't he? And then he obviously had that whole time off for COVID, and he's come back now, and he just looks like a
But
completely different
Kane's
player.
one of those players who I never want to see do bad, even if like we are playing against him, just
Yeah.
because his responsibility for the England team. Because he obviously put,
Yeah, I do feel some bias
country
towards
of-
Kane. I do feel
country of
protected.
Well, he's
four
a
clubs.
great goal scorer, isn't he?
He
Oh,
is.
he's fantastic, like, and he's shown that he's got way more than that in his locker. Like, I mean, remember at the World Cup, like Croatia, and every game he was just falling back deeper as the games went on, and everyone was losing their minds about it. And now you think, well, if you put Kane in the centre forward role, and you've got some Rashford or Sterling or Rashford and Sancho or some combination of them three ahead of him, that could be something quite special, I think, going forward.
I think it will be. I think you'll see quite a strong England team going forward.
Yeah. So so we haven't really spoken too much about the game. We've spoken more about Mourinho, I suppose. But City,
Yeah.
what do we do about City? Because
I don't know.
what do they do about them?
Not,
Because they've spent so much money now, and they're still
they were unrecognisable in the Spurs City game. City were just not the same. De Bruyne missed a free shot effectively.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean,
it
you look at the back line for City. Obviously, you got Ederson in goal. You got Cancelo down the left, Laporte, Diaz, and Walker. That's not a bad back line. That's not a defensive unit that you look at and you're like, we can take advantage of this. But it is.
No.
But
they
they
were
were
just
That is what it is.
They were getting them on the counter. Spurs were getting City on the counter every single time, but City were not prepared to counter the counter. They just had nothing in the back pocket to deal with getting obviously countered.
Obviously, not replacing David Silva's really hurt them. They can say that it's Foden or Bernardo Silva, but it's just not. They don't have that guy that can play make on the edge of the box and do stuff that David Silva can do. They just have.
I think Foden can get there. He's still a bit young to be.
Definitely.
David
Yeah.
Silva.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, definitely. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Gabriel Jesus is the guy. I'm sorry. I think it's about time that we all just. He's not. He's going to be a Jesse Lingard situation, man. I've got a feeling that. Sorry, actually, I've got a feeling that Jesus is going to be a Jesse Lingard situation where we look at him, we're like, oh, he's still young, but he'll be 28. And we'll still all be like, he's 23 or whatever. But no, he's 28 now. And he's still not coming, he's still not starting for Man City.
Jesse Lingard has got good potential, yes.
No, true,
Great
yeah. He's still got some left in the locker.
Summon.
But yeah, I don't know. I think City are in trouble, really. Is it Guardiola?
I think maybe they'll struggle to get top 7.
Or City?
Yeah. The way they're going right now, mate.
That's a really big shout.
They can't let Spurs beat them like that. And Spurs just completely dominated them.
Okay.
I think
This is City we're talking about.
They're going to get top 4, I think.
You reckon? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I
do.
I don't think so.
I do.
I do feel like without the other manager, their job would be in question right now.
Yeah.
Guardiola gets free pass from the media.
Yeah, but one thing I do want to say about Guardiola is this now Guardiola's fault? Because you look at the team that he inherited, and you look at the team he's got now, and how much he spent, and that team he's got now is nowhere near as good as the team he's inherited.
About 4 years he's been there now. They've won 2 titles in that time.
They've won 2 titles, yeah, fair enough, whatever. They ain't won the Champions League yet.
No.
That's a big
This,
one.
this has got on Guardiola, the state of the team right now.
Yeah, because is he that good at buying players? Like
He's
realistically,
buying
every team he's had, he's inherited.
The core of Barcelona was obviously from their academy.
Yeah. So you already had the core of Barcelona. You already had the core of Bayern Munich. And he didn't really do too much with that. Even obviously he didn't buy too much, I don't think. And then City, I mean, he's bought stuff. He's bought players at City. But who's he bought? Let me have a look and see who he's bought.
Question.
Pep Guardiola transfer.
What about 3 defence works?
He's bought a new
Yeah, so
line every season.
He's bought a lot of players. He's bought a lot of defenders.
He bought Ederson, didn't he? That was a good
He bought Ederson. That's a good signing. I'm just going to go through last. So this season he bought Ruben Diaz, who does actually look like a very capable defender in this league, for sure. I think him and Laporte going forward is actually going to be quite good. But that's 60 odd million you spent on him. I mean, you spent 100 million on Diaz and Ake. Ake, I forgot even played there.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I'm
him
not going to lie. Ferran Torres is actually a great pickup. For 20 mil, we got Ferran Torres for as well.
Decent.
So that's not bad. But then, so the season before that, you got Cancelo, who seems for like 60 million again, who's just sort of coming into his game, right? And then Rodri, another 56 million, who, to be honest with you, I'm not impressed with. I'm not a big fan of
Does he
him.
even get game?
Yeah, he starts quite a bit, to be fair, but I don't really rate. He's not a Fernandinho replacement. He's not. He can't. Well, if that's what he is, then they've messed up massively, because that's not what he's going to be. He's not that good. But then the season before that, 60 mil on Mahrez, who you can say, I mean, what do you guys think? Mahrez signing for City? Do you think that's been a good signing? Because you could argue either way.
He needs to play more.
Yeah.
He's an excellent player. He's better than Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
The talent's there. The talent's there. I just don't think he's getting. He should probably start most matches, if not every.
Definitely. Him and Sterling are clear choices for players.
Yeah. Definitely. So then his first season, I think this is, he bought in Laporte, Mendy, who Laporte is solid transfer, great centre back, right?
Yeah.
No question about it. He's a great centre back. That's a great signing. Mendy, 50 mil.
Oof.
Not 50 mil.
Not 50 mil. Carl Walker for 47. That's a good signing.
Yeah, he does.
I like that signing. Bernardo Silva, I do like it, but when you've got like a Riyad Mahrez there and a Sane who could have played in front of him, and you had to ship him
I forgot about Sane.
He is good, Bernardo Silva. Don't get me wrong. But...
Yeah, but I'd rather have Sane.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm being honest. And then Edison. You can't really say anything about Edison. They needed to change a keeper for Joe Hart, wasn't it, at the time? I believe was their keeper. So you needed a change of. Yeah, you needed a change of scenery of Joe Hart, I think. Or Pep just didn't want him, basically. Pep just didn't fancy him, I guess, and got Edison in, which is fair enough.
Which is fair. And when you bring an Edison in, you can't really argue with that. Without Joe Hart getting kicked up a fuss.
Exactly. But right, so I think we've talked enough about them two teams now.
Yeah.
We don't want to give them too much love. We've got the
next
game.
time we'll praise over them.
Yeah, definitely. Next game is the joke of the Premier League at the moment. Sorry to Bardell and to Pete for this, but Man United 1-0 win over West Brom. I mean, they did get a good Champions League win yesterday. Was it? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Or the day before. But they beat someone 4-1.
Istanbul.
Yeah.
Was that Bruno Fernandes scoring an absolute volley?
That was in that game, but Bruno Fernandes scored a penalty in the West Brom win. So,
oh my god, is this wrong with this man?
I mean,
this is why I've got him on my fantasy team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. They get so many penalties. I don't actually. I say that I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what are United right now, man?
I don't know.
Like,
just every time though, Ole seems to be at the end of, getting kicked out. He just comes back with an absolute win. And they go, oh, well, Ollie's out the wheel now, so, and then it's just down, down, down. And then he's back, and then it's down, down, down. It's not consistent.
They're 10th with a game in hand, but they are level on points with Palace. So, where do we hold them? Ollie at the wheel, or...?
No, not at all. I think the car has crashed a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just trying to put
I agree.
It into his garage.
Yeah.
But
I think he needs to retake his driving test.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate the fact that they've stuck with him though, because I hate teams like, well, I guess you could use Chelsea for instance here, where they just get a manager in for a couple of years, flog him out like it's nothing, and get another one in. I like the fact that they've stuck with him and they've tried to see it through and see what he can do. I actually appreciate that.
I think sorry to do that. I think Southampton is a great example.
Yeah, Hasenhüttl obviously
kept his job after that 9-1 last year,
and
now they've played phenomenally.
They're fifth, and they're playing very well. They haven't lost in their last 5 games, so Danny Ings is a striker now. You know what I mean?
Do we reckon West Brom's going down?
Yeah, I was just looking at the bottom 3 actually. They still haven't won yet. And I don't see them. They've got a goal difference of -12, worst goal difference in the league already. They haven't won in their last 5. Well, obviously, they haven't won yet this season.
I think,
They're
I
only
think it's
just-
just a question of their attack, because
Yeah.
they don't seem to do much going forward. But they were unlucky not to beat Chelsea, and they, from what I saw, they did actually look quite unlucky against United yesterday. If they can get the chances, I think they could be a chance to survive.
They could
Going
afford a
forward,
draw.
they only play one up top
Hmm.
in Carl and Grant, and I don't know how I feel about him. I don't really know too much about him, to be honest.
Don't
I
watch.
do like Dean Garner, their left midfielder that they've got. He looks like a good player, and I think if they're going to stay up, they're going to need to feed him the ball a lot more and let him create for them. I mean, they have Robson Kanu on the bench, so he could be their IU. You never know.
I scores more than Rossicano.
Yeah, but IU just came out of nowhere. Like, he's still one of the worst footballers I've ever seen play football. But, you know,
That's right.
his decision making is the worst thing I've ever seen. Honestly, we'll get onto that when we get to
last season.
But oh my god, he's rubbish. But
Where do we think United will finish?
United aren't getting top 4. They're not even getting Europa League. I don't think, unless they win the cup.
Unless they really turn it around.
Unless they get Pochettino in January or before January, they're not doing it for me.
No.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to win it.
I think the only reason they got it last season was because the fans. I think if the fans had been there, the pressure would have got deflected. They probably would have got top 4.
Yeah, true. And then obviously Bruno Fernandes? Was it last summer? It was like, yeah, he's only been here at the back end of last year.
Yeah, January. I think they got January.
So Bruno Fernandes, he injected some new life into that team. I don't know how you guys feel about Martial. I actually don't particularly rate him. I think last season was a bit of a fluke for him. I don't think he's going to.
I think he's still got a role to play.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think if they're going to get, I think they should get a new striker, like an actual number 9 that they can solidly have as that striker. I don't think Martial's going to be bagging 20, 25 goals anytime soon.
What about Rashford?
Rashford, I think he likes it on the left.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any need to switch it up for him and put him up the middle. I think on the left, I think he's good coming off that wing. With who does he not? Well, they got Mata started. Obviously, I don't know how he's still starting. But they don't.
Depends on how much they want to use Cavani.
Yeah, I mean he's coming on, but how much do you want to realistically? How much do you want to use Cavani in the Premier League at his age? If you're Man United,
I've never rated him that highly anyway. But
okay, fair enough.
But
fair enough. I like Cavani. I think in his time he was a fantastic striker, especially for early days with Napoli when it was him, the Vetzi and Hamsik.
But that's the problem.
They were fun days.
That's back in the day. This is now. Like,
yeah, no, I appreciate.
Put him in a team, play the full 90. I don't think he'll definitely would feel that. Like, hit him a lot.
Yeah.
More. So,
I think I don't really know why Van der Beek's not getting a look in.
Oh, he's a bench warmer, isn't he?
When you've still got Fred, Matic, and Juan Mata starting.
Yeah, I don't know why they bought him. Completely pointless, waste of money.
Yeah,
he's a great player. Not that it's a waste of money in the sense of why would they spend it on him, but why would they get a player like Van der Beek and not play him? Like,
yeah. I think he's a great player. I just don't think he's just not what they needed.
The times he has come on, he's been very consistent, and I think he actually. One time he came on, he scored a goal. I think it was a brace.
Yeah.
If I was Juan Mata, I'd have tried to leave.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't try and go abroad, go to Spain, do something like that. Go play go play some in the Liga, have get a cushy little paycheck in Spain. Well, better than England, isn't it? So
when he was at Chelsea, there was a time when he was one of the most exciting players in the Premier League.
Oh yeah, phenomenal player. But they're long gone them days.
You talk about going to Spain and getting a nice paycheck, but aren't United got one of the highest paying sort of payroll at the moment?
Yeah, but Spain's nicer than Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah.
So. And he can still get 60, 70 grand a week easy, like it's nothing, at least. So, yeah, I don't know. I think United are going to have a real tough time breaking into the top 7 and I think West Brom are going to have a real tough time breaking into the top 17.
I reckon.
So yeah, we'll
I reckon
see.
United's gonna come 8th.
Do you reckon?
I reckon
8th.
8th.
Yeah, I reckon. I might put a little bet down and have a look. I might put them out. I might see them finishing outside the top 10.
You say that.
See what the bet's like on that.
What we could do before next episode, we predict the rest of the season results, and then we'll come in with our final table.
Oh.
See what's there.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I like that. I'm gonna just be 2 seconds. I need to put my charger in my laptop quick.
All right.
Yeah, back to it. Okay, so we had next game was actually probably one of the games of the weekend, if not the game of the weekend. Everton 3, Fulham 2 at Craven Cottage. I mean it was a weird game. I watched this one. It was a weird one. Early on, I mean, like it was like 40 seconds into it or whatever. Calvert-Lewin, the man on fire at the moment, got a good goal. His second one was a bit questionable. It was one of them ones that just sort of flicked up and hit off his leg, and it went in or whatever.
Yeah, lovely goal.
Yeah, and then Decore got their third goal in the 35th minute.
Oh, the nice goal. Lovely.
Yeah, it was a great goal. Decore he was a fantastic pickup for them. Bobby Reed got a goal in the 15th minute, and then pardon me, Ruben Loftus-Cheek picking up I think his first goal for Fulham since signing there.
Oh, nice.
I miss him a lot for Palace, but yeah, good player. But yeah, I don't know. It was a weird one. Everton were all over Fulham for a lot of this game, but then Fulham towards the back end of it, they really got back into it. Really started to go at Everton. They just lost their way, and when you've got the defence that Everton have, teams can pick that apart. I mean, a back three of Michael Keane, Mina, and Godfrey it's okay, but Godfrey went down with Norwich. He's a good defender, but he was relegated last year with Norwich. You have to keep that in mind. And Pickford in goal, the T-Rex. I mean, the wrists are made of glass, so I don't know. It's just easy. It seems easy. I mean, Fulham got a penalty, which they missed. That's what they do now. Like they've had three penalty takers miss, like 3 different penalty takers miss now in 3 in a row.
Jeez, that's a bad stat.
Yeah, it was one of them ones where the defender, the penalty takers, I can't remember who it was. I'll have to have a look.
That was Ivan Cavallero.
Ivan Cavallero, yeah, sorry, yeah, Cavallero. He slipped and hit it into his other foot, and it went over the bar.
Oh my god!
And then, but literally about 2 minutes later, Loftus-Cheek scored. So they responded really well after the penalty miss, but they just didn't have enough to get going.
That could have been
to get the equaliser. And
draw.
Everton really held on. They held on to get that win. I don't think they deserved it. Fulham deserved to get a draw. I mean, the penalty miss, you can say, right, they didn't deserve, because they didn't deserve anything from that game. You can't miss a penalty like that. The way they're missing penalties at the moment, it's crazy.
It's their defending that's the real problem. I mean, when they lose the ball, they've got real problem getting back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's against a team like Everton, who will hit you quickly.
Yeah.
If you give the ball, especially right after. Yeah, they just did not.
Yeah, I don't see anyone apart from Mitrovic, and he's not even starting.
Yeah,
I don't see anyone.
There was a big. Everyone was raving about Mitrovic coming back into the Premier League. I had him in my team. He was probably one of the most selected.
I was hoping Palace would sign him, but
yeah, he would.
I mean,
yeah, he would go quite well on Palace.
Yeah, I'd like him. I mean, in an ideal world, I'd actually quite like Giroud, but he's not coming to us. I don't see anyone on this Fulham team that gives them a chance at survival.
They're going down.
They don't have a player that can put them on their backs and really make a statement.
To win games, you need to score.
Yeah. Well, they need a Grealish. I mean, they got one. They are 18th. They've got 1 win and 1 draw, so 4 points. They've just got to be. I think what Fulham fans need to hope for is they're not as bad as Burnley, who are right there with them. But Burnley could get going.
Yeah, they need to score some goals then.
Yeah, I mean they need to start scoring goals.
Burnley last season keep a hella load of clean sheets.
Probably. I'm not surprised. They do play that kind of style of football, don't they?
Yeah.
We'll get more onto them when we talk about the God, I don't really want to talk about that game, but fine. All right, next game we'll move on to. Actually, before we do, I should say Everton, Premier League candidates, winners.
I don't think so.
What do you reckon?
Top four
I
candidates.
don't think so. Yeah.
No, they're not got enough.
They've
not
got
enough.
the potential going forward.
They're only 4 points off Tottenham and Liverpool.
Yeah,
They've
that's
got
true.
a great shot at top four.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
there's still plenty of time left in the league, but yeah, I think they got a good shot of top four.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they could definitely get some
They're-
European football next year. I don't know what European football they'll get, but I think they will
Yeah.
get European
They're
football
just
next
a
year.
completely different team this season. Since bringing
Definitely.
in James Rodriguez has just completely
Alan,
changed the
he is
dynamic.
an absolute dog.
Yeah.
Alan is a dog. He just gets after it and is very physical. I really like him. Takore as well. They just completely rejigged that midfield.
Is Richarlison injured?
No, he played. I think he got an assist, I think.
Okay.
So,
He's
yeah.
quality.
He's a fantastic player. And Calvert-Lewin, oh my gosh. What a
Yeah.
player.
If you don't have him in your dream team, then you're doing something wrong.
What a player,
Personally,
honestly.
yeah.
I don't know what his likelihood. He'll go to the Euros, definitely. I just don't know how much game time he's going to get.
Really?
Because, well, Kane.
Oh yeah, true. But he's done a lot. He's done a lot in the England games he's played. He's just scored.
Yeah.
I know he scored. He scored his. I know he scored his first goal, so he's got at least one. He might have scored another one since then. I'm not too sure. But he's.
I don't know. But...
He's definitely in his prime right now. But then so is Kane.
Yeah.
So, and if you think.
Well, I don't know if Calvert-Lewin's in his prime yet.
How old is
Do you
he?
not
think-
think?
No, I think Calvert-Lewin's still got some time.
He's
He's
what,
still
he's what,
young,
our
man.
age?
It's the hair
Yeah,
that throws me off.
he's around. Let me have a look real quick. So he is 97. 97 he was
Oh.
born. So he's
Younger.
23.
Jesus. Okay, yeah.
23. So he's not in his prime yet. He's still
Not-
got some years. I think he's going
Yeah.
to get better. He's a player that City should really look at.
He's so good in the air as well. Imagine all those crosses coming over.
All
to
those crosses,
Calvert-Lewin.
man.
Yeah, Jesus.
Them double-digit crosses a game. They're going to start getting some real
Calvert-Lewin
goals.
pinging up in the air, just getting
Um,
his fat head on it.
Already better than Gabriel Jesus has ever been. So, yeah, I think Everton have got a real good chance at European football. I think Fulham have got a real good chance of going down. So, yeah, on to the next one. Another two teams that I think have got a good chance of going down this year. Sheffield United 0, West Ham 1.
No, West Ham have been a different team.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
up and down.
They are 8th. I just hate them. Sorry.
You're allowed
I
to
just
hate
really
teams.
I don't like West Ham. They're always. I don't like West Ham. Hilaire did he scored. I
Oh,
forgot that he
that
was
is,
playing.
I must say that moment of the week. This is a new award I'll be getting up every week. But that moment, Sebastian Haller smashing his top in, but then just standing there, up in his chest out. Dude,
All right.
really enjoyed it.
H's badass of the week goes to Sebastian Haller.
Badass for the week. Love it.
Really enjoyed that.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I personally I didn't watch this game. I didn't catch this one. I saw it and I thought, oh bloody hell, I'm not watching that. But I don't know. I think West Ham will. Yeah, I mean they're 8th, aren't they? They're gonna be fine.
West Ham have got players coming through who actually have just that natural talent.
Yeah,
Like players
Ben
like
Rama, what a signing he was as
Declan
well.
Rice,
Declan Rice, he's gonna be gone probably
Good.
soon.
player.
Yeah,
Antonio.
I think he's great. I think Declan Rice is really good.
I think someone like Tottenham should really seriously look at it.
Yeah, I heard Chelsea wanted him.
Since Tottenham lost Dembele, there's been a hole in that midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Very true. So I think he could. I think Declan Rice could go there. Ben Rama is a great signing. He was another player Palace were looking at. We're trying to sign, didn't get him. Bowen, another player Palace were looking at, didn't sign. West Ham got him. He looks like he actually could be quite a player in this league. And then Antonio's had a revive. Since scoring 4 last season he scored 4? Back end of last year, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
He scored 4
yes,
against
Norwich.
Newcastle. Norwich, yeah, sorry. Yeah, he scored 4 there. Yeah, I think I like it. I do. I think this West Ham team have got enough to stay up for sure. Actually, taking back what I said earlier, their defense is still a bit shaky when you got Cresswell, Bonner, and Balbuena as your back three.
There was a time when Michael Antonio was a red pick, and he wasn't getting in on the left wing slot ahead of Hal Robson-Kanu was one of them.
Wow,
and Joey
Robson-Kanu.
And McAnuff, people really remember him fondly. I thought he was trash. But show me the player Antonio is now. Completely different, honestly. He could barely run straight. It was like watching Bambi.
Yeah, fair enough. Joby McAnuff, man, what a throwback Joby McAnuff was. We had it for quite some time. We had it for quite some time as well.
So Sheffield United are dead last at the moment.
Yeah, they are. We should talk about them because Chris Wilder has been sussed out.
Yep. Sussed out.
And they are not scary anymore. I'm sorry, it's not. They're not. No wins, 1 draw, 8 losses, minus 11 goal difference. They. Where did they get any inspiration from? Who's their guy?
Was Lundstrom.
Yeah, Fleck.
I think as well. They are at the other end of the spectrum to Man United. Where I say they Man United last season benefit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. Sheffield United suffered from not having Grant.
Yeah.
The only thing they've got going for them at the moment is they've just signed one of the best strikers they got on their side, which is Ryan Brewster. God. It's obviously going to be Ryan Brewster. So
he's done so much for them so far.
He's already a club legend. Let's put it that way.
He's already done nothing. So. Yeah, I like Brewster. I do. I'm just having a laugh. But I think Brewster could be good. But when you still got McGoldrick up front, and Ollie McBurney, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I can't really talk. We got Benteke. So...
I mean, it looks like Sheffield United are going down at the pace they're going. If they did this for the rest of the season, they're not winning any games and they're going down.
Yeah.
So.
It's gonna be a shame, but they're
so good. Where did they come last season?
I think it was 8th or 9th in the end.
8th.
There we go. Let me have a look for you. They came 9th in the end, 54 points in their first go.
That's not bad.
That is crazy. They were 2 points. They were only 5 points off 6th.
They're the most overachieved team in the entire bloody league that year.
Yeah, that year I was about to say Leicester winning the title was pretty mad.
Yeah, that year Sheffield United were the most overestimated team.
For sure. Maybe onto another overrated team as Arsenal drew 0-0 with Leeds United.
No one rates Arsenal.
Oh, okay. Just Arsenal fans. But yeah, Pepe getting sent off for being an idiot, basically. It's basically the only highlight I have of this game. It's the only thing I can say about this game is that Pepe
someone hit the bar.
It's just
oh yeah, someone hit the bar. Sorry.
Who was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think let's have a look at the stats here. Yeah, got Leeds had 25 shots. Arsenal had 9. Leeds had 67% possession. Arsenal had 33.
Wow.
They've done. Leeds completed 300 more passes than Arsenal.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I mean.
Wow.
Disaster.
We'll get Arsenal out of the way because I've got some stuff about Leeds I want to say. But Arsenal.
Disaster class.
What is going on with Arsenal?
What is
going on? They haven't scored a goal in like 8 hours of game.
Now I know why Arsenal fans are so emotional.
Yeah, why they're in such bad moods all the time. I completely understand it because you've got a 72 million pound or whatever it was, 70 million pound player just sent off for headbutting someone. All right,
not needed.
You signed Willian, who's done nothing since the first game of the season, essentially. You got Aubameyang, who's refused to score goals.
Since signing his new.
Lacazette overrated.
Yeah.
Oh, he's turned into a Benteke. I'm going to be using that a lot on this podcast to describe something. A Benteke. just not a good player anymore.
It's a new Benteke.
And yeah, obviously the one thing I was quite disappointed with when watching the game was Saka picking up an injury. I haven't seen how bad it is, but I hope he gets rested and feels and gets better soon because he is a fantastic prospect coming forward.
He's the one exciting thing about Arsenal.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, apart from that, I mean, Arsenal, they're getting better at the back because this is a game where last season they would have got beat like 3 or 4-0 or something stupid. They would have got embarrassed last season. But the addition of Gabriel and Kieran Tierney, starting constantly to this, consistently for this team, has really helped him. And having the addition of Bellerin back and is good. I don't think Bellerin is near the player that he was before these injuries.
Bringing back the tucked shirt though, isn't it?
Yeah, he seems to have lost a yard of pace, I think, looking at him. But then you can't really blame him. He's had quite a few problems with his legs, hasn't he? But yeah, I just don't. For Arsenal, I don't see any way of them getting top 4 now.
No, not at all.
No, I mean, when you've got Lacazette and Aubameyang, and you're not getting goals, what's that about? Do you know what I mean? They lack a creative player. I mean, realistically, Özil would be exactly what they need right now.
Yeah.
A creative player going forward, and they don't have that.
Özil has needed a player like Thomas Partey.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, is Partey injured? Because he didn't start this game or on the bench, so I'm assuming he's injured.
I'll have a look.
Have a look. But yeah, Arsenal have got no hope. I mean, I was actually pretty hopeful for them coming into this game, coming into this season.
You'd expect them to get a
I
win
thought
here,
that they could kick on after signing Partey. I thought that they could kick on and maybe
jump on that momentum.
Top 5, maybe get Europa League next season. But they're 12th at the moment, on the same amount of points as Palace.
I mean,
with the same records.
Partey is expected back in early December.
Okay, we've scored 3 more goals than Arsenal, and we don't score goals.
No, not at all.
So,
well, Zaha though, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But Leeds, I want to talk about Leeds. Because
bit of an animal team, really.
It's a very confusing team to me right now.
New Sheffield United.
Yeah, maybe, but I think they're showing. I mean, they lost to us 4-1. We beat them 4-1. That's
true.
True. I think.
But they're a team.
They're a good team. They're a good team. I think they're going to do well this year. I don't think they've got any. I think they should have any worries about getting relegated. Bamford looks to be a decent player for sure. Hopefully he can keep it up. I really like the Jack Harrison lad they've got. Calvin Phillips is a fantastic player. That Rafinha looks pretty good. Klitsch is a good player. Then the back line, you've got Ayling, Cooper. I really like their captain. I think they're solid throughout. Bielsa's an amazing manager.
But his style of play is the same as Pep Guardiola, and I mean, Klopp, so
completely outdone by Roy Hodgson, but
exactly, yeah.
To that. But Roy is one of the best managers the league's ever seen, so we don't need to worry about that. But yeah, I like Leeds a lot. I just think they show glimpses of a championship team still. Losing 4-1 to Crystal Palace, you can't be doing that in the Premier League. So as much as I loved it, and luck was definitely on our side that day. Let's not get it wrong. But I think they'll be fine. But I think they're going to have to shore up. I think at the back of I do like their defenders, but I think they're going to need to get some more Premier League experience in this team. I think going forward, if they really want to do some stuff. But you guys got anything to say about Leeds?
I think overall they're still overachieving a bit. Well, only slightly overachieving what you'd expect from a team coming up.
Yeah.
Because you look at what they've done and how many, like, it may sound a weird comparison, but how many people have players like Bamford in their team because of the scoring potential that he has.
Yeah.
It's just the other end of the pitch where that's where you see them fail. So you won't really have a Leeds defender, but you're more than likely to have a Leeds striker, because they've got all that play coming forward. Because all they're going to do is feed that ball into Bamford, so Bamford would then just bang it in the back of the net. But then other than that, I don't think they have that much to play with.
Yeah. No,
I saw them play us last year.
Yeah.
You could tell this is like a month or two into the season. You could tell they were with the way they played is absolutely incredible. Fast passing, really hard to defend against. Somehow they beat us 1-0, but I mean, you could tell that team was just a phenomenal unit. They all worked so well together.
Yeah, I think
they are a good team. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I think they'll stay up, but I don't think they'll come above
14th
teams
at the
like
moment.
Palace.
14th at the moment.
I don't think they'll go above Palace.
No, I think we've just got too much experience, and Roy Hodgson's he just puts out too much of a stubborn team. We're hard to break down, but if you do, I mean, you're going to beat us. But we are a hard team to break down, and I think we've got so much experience, and we've still got one of the oldest teams in the league, if not the oldest team in average age. But we'll get onto that. But so for the next game is one that Mark is going to really want to talk about again. Is his Liverpool team beat Leicester 3-0 with a bad own goal from Johnny Evans. Just to
kick things off.
That was unexpected, I thought, as well. To be honest,
I know.
I just
what was going on with that one, because I think he had Firmino behind him, and then just banged the ball straight into the back of the net.
It was a great header. It was a great header.
It was a good header. It was a good header, just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's just
I
don't know. I think going into that, you'd expect a different outcome, because it ended 3-0, but from a team that our injury list was forever piling up. Who did we have? We had.
So I'll
right
read the
wing
team out for you now. I got the team for you now. So you started Alisson, Milner at right back, Matip, Fabinho, Robertson, Curtis Jones, Wijnaldum, Keita, Jota, Firmino, Mane.
Completely in terms of like starting team, it's just a completely random team. All those players going in there,
it's still a great team.
That's still a great team, but
how are your strongest 11? You've got what, 4 of those players.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
the thing is, when you're going into a game like this, or when you're playing a top team like Leicester, who are having a great season and have had a great season last year as well. Well, in comparison.
Yeah, currently sitting fourth.
Currently sitting fourth. You expect it to be quite an even game, but it just wasn't. I didn't even see Vardy.
What? Yeah, no, he was completely shut out of this game.
Shut down.
You had Jota score. That man is on fire.
Great signing.
Anyone? I think we all know that Jota. We all knew before he was signed to Liverpool, Jota is a great player and has a great career ahead of him. For whoever he plays for, I think he's going to be a great player. Never saw this happening.
He slots in where Firmino doesn't. So Firmino is.
I mean, he's already better than Firmino.
As an all-out striker.
Not in the system of Liverpool.
No, not in the system.
Striker out of the Liverpool system, he's already better.
If Liverpool was an orchestra, Firmino plays 9 instruments. That's what it is. But
he doesn't. That's an interesting one. I like that. Yeah.
Firmino scored a nice header right at the end of the game to get rid of a goal drought.
Yeah, it was a great goal.
It was a great goal.
But he could have had 2 or 3 in this game.
Jota, comes in and scores goals consistently, which is not something for me.
He's playing the double bass in the background.
Pretty much. Like,
he comes in hard a lot.
Yeah.
Pause. But
Curtis Jones, I want to talk about as well. Young player coming up through the academy.
Yeah,
fucking
that's
phenomenal.
A good one.
Did you see? I think that we did. Jota's goal, his header, about 30 odd passes until we went into the back of the net. But one of the best passes was Curtis Jones whipping it all like the classic crossing it all the way over to Robertson, and for it to Robertson just to do a little bit of ball play, whip it in, get on the end of it. But that ball was perfect.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but it just.
I think I did. I watched this game. I just had a couple of drinks while I was watching it. So we're in lockdown.
It was a great game, but yeah, it was just complete. You don't expect Liverpool to be as dominant as they were in that game.
Well, I've got an interesting take about. I haven't said it to you guys yet, and I've got an interesting take that I think about Liverpool, and it revolves around Van Dijk.
Naturally.
This Van Dijk injury, not as bad as Liverpool fans are making it out, for one reason. Teams see Liverpool without Van Dijk, and they think, right, we can play against these guys more. Leaves them all way open in the back, because they're trying to play against Liverpool now.
Yeah.
Because there's no Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Right? They see a weakness now. And you're leaving teams way more open, and you've got players like Jota, Firmino, Mane and Salah to exploit it, and I think you guys are going to be absolutely fine. But I still think Van Dijk is one of the best centre-backs in the world.
He is.
If not the best, maybe Ramos still. But
I do agree. I do agree with you, Alfie.
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna be fine. I don't think it's actually gonna hurt you guys.
No,
really
especially when Fabinho is falling back into that.
Yeah,
centre-back role now.
Fabinho's a fantastic. He can play there. He can play back there.
He's picked that position up so well and so naturally.
He did it a little bit for Monaco, I believe, before he signed to Liverpool, just to fill in. But yeah, he's really made his own. And when Gomez comes back, he'll be fine. I mean, you got Trent coming back in a couple days, I think, right? Like
I think
he's only injured for a little bit.
No, he's out for the Wolves game.
Okay, right.
I
okay,
think
so
unless he has recovered more.
Henderson starting to show that Liverpool actually don't need Jordan Henderson to be good anymore.
Maybe.
So
I think the experience of the last few seasons is starting to come
yeah,
in. But you can't deny Henderson.
Now. It's starting to not matter.
Henderson was the conductor.
He was, but he's now. That's I don't even know who the conductor of this team is. It's everyone's got a hand in conducting it, man.
Mane's playing the violin, what's also conducting at the same time.
Yeah, exactly, literally. But yeah, I think you guys will be fine. Leicester, I think they're going to slow down like they did last season. I think they're gonna the brakes are gonna hit soon. They're trying to integrate Maddison back into the team, obviously, since his injury and all that. But I think that is one of the big reasons why they lost this game.
Yeah, I mean he was one of the players who had the biggest threat, but still no goal.
They play differently though. I like Chowdhury in that midfield, and they don't have him in that midfield now. He's a physical presence. I like the Chilwell replacement in Justin. I think he's a good player. I just think he's very raw. He's a very raw talent at this point. I think he's still got a long way to go. Albrighton, they're going to have to move on for Albrighton at some point. He's still a good player, but I don't know. I think if you're going to really want to push on, I don't think Albrighton can be your wing back.
No, I think he's a good squad player to have.
He's a good player. Yeah, good squad player to have come in and fit in. But they're missing Pereira still. They need him back because when he's on form, he's one of the best, probably one of, if not the best right back in the league. Yeah. So they need him. Or wing back, whatever. I like Mendy. I like Harvey Barnes is really turning into a player at the moment. I don't have too much to say about Leicester apart from the fact that
they lost.
They're gonna need to figure out what to do without Jamie Vardy soon. They're gonna need to figure out how they're gonna play and what they're gonna do for goals.
What is their backup striker? Is it Maddison?
Iheanacho.
I think they've still got some money as well.
They got Iheanacho. I don't know about Slimani. He's not. He didn't come on the. He wasn't on the bench. But yeah, I don't know. For Leicester, I think they're going to need to really attack the transfer market for a striker soon.
Yeah, Vardy's really.
Iheanacho is not going to do what Vardy does.
No, Vardy's Vardy, mate.
So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Yeah. But I think Leicester. What do you think for Leicester this season, guys? What do you think table wise?
That's a tough one. Bang on 7th.
It depends because they're usually pretty consistent, but then they'll have a game like West Ham. Or there's no shame in losing 3-0 to Liverpool, but it happened again the other day.
Of course, of course, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a tough one. I think it's one of those teams at the moment who is going to be a tough one to call. But I think they'll fall bang on 7th.
Yeah, no European football this year for them going into next year.
Doubt it.
I would say I think they'll be higher than that.
Yeah.
There's no way in anything, but
we'll see how it goes.
I think
I can see them getting
top five.
Okay, top five. That's a big shout. Okay.
Just before we round it up with Liverpool, I just want to put some quick respect on Milner's name.
He's got enough, but he's a fantastic.
Slotted in, made a sub, moved into mid.
Have you heard about the door they named after him?
Yeah, that's just such a James Milner thing, isn't it? A door named after him. I bet he loves that as well. Ribena.
Do you reckon Liverpool?
He's a fantastic. I would kill to have Milner at Palace. Still, I love him. I think he's great. But I'll put him up front. But unfortunately, talking about Palace, we have to get into them for this week. We lost 1-0 to Burnley.
Are we Liverpool? Are we winning the Premier League this year?
I think so, but if you do, it just shows that the Premier League is actually not that great. Because you've got these injuries, you've got all these injuries, and you're still going to win the league. That is rubbish from the rest of the league. So Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully
see.
they don't, because then that means that this league is actually decent. Do you know what I
Annoyingly,
mean?
annoyingly, it's not something you should expect. Like, it's expected for Liverpool to like get top 2 in the league right now, which is not
coming into the
something
season
you
is just,
want.
yeah. I mean, look at the team Chelsea have put together, and you look at it and you're like, damn, that's a good team. But
That's
still,
a
like,
title
how are
winning
they
team.
still not going to win the title this year? They're not going to win the title, so how are they still not going to win the title?
I know.
I don't get it.
I think this is the year that Tottenham really needs to make sure
They need to be on it.
Yeah.
Because they have actually got a real chance of winning it this year.
Yeah,
All right,
for
yeah,
sure.
For the first time since Leicester won it, well, they should have won it back.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think they really need. If they're going to do it, this will be the Leicester year. Exactly, the Leicester year. They need to push on and do it this year, and make sure that they actually put up a fight. But yeah, so moving on to the Burnley Palace game. We're not going to touch on this for too long. We were terrible. We had more shots than them. This is why we lost, right? We had 54% possession. We never have the majority of possession in games ever. It doesn't matter who we're playing. That's why we lost. Yeah, we're just bad, man. We're bad. I don't really know how to put it. Like, without Zaha, we are bad. We need him so much. It's unreal. Like, Ayew is one of the worst decision makers I've ever seen play football. Sometimes when you look at him, like, pass the ball, and he'll just run down to the corner flag or something, and you're like, oh, okay. Or he'll turn. He loves to turn, and yeah, I like his hold up play, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Batshuayi can't seem to stay on side. That's his thing. He just goes offside. He just runs offside all the time. Eze looks to be a great player. I'm really excited to see what he can bring forward going forward.
Did he get a goal?
He got a goal, not against Burnley. Against
No.
last week, he scored an amazing free kick.
Yeah.
Unreal. But yeah, and then I don't know. I just think that this team is. We shouldn't. The reason we lost this match is because Kouyaté messed up massively, and he. I can't. I'm just trying to remember it. You watched it as well, didn't you? He like basically mishit it, didn't he? I think. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if he just directly passed it or if he mishit. I think he mishit it and it went into the path of Wood, and Wood slotted it in. But yeah, I mean, just mistakes like that. And then Benteke. I mean, what can I say? He misses everything. Like, what can I say? Pope did make a great save, but like it wasn't a great save because Benteke was a rubbish shot. I'm just like, that's what it is. When it's Benteke, it can't be the goalkeeper doing something good. It's Benteke doing something bad, because no matter what happens. So it's just like.
So, Benteke got a shot on target. He's improving.
He's improving, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I just think we're gonna stay up. Obviously, we do. That's what we do. We stay up. But we need. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Palace in the future.
I mean, Roy Hodgson must be getting on.
Roy Hodgson's going to be gone in a year, maybe 2.
How long has he been at Palace?
When do we get rid of? Like,
long after Euro 2016.
Yeah, so we were at uni, so because it was after the ball, wasn't it?
Must have been about 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, so he's probably been there about 3 years now. 4 years.
4 years.
5 years, maybe something like that.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I really like Roy. He's actually a fantastic manager. But for teams of my level, of like Palace's level, he's a fantastic manager to keep you in the Prem. And actually, he doesn't play nice football. We play horrible football to watch, but we get results.
Yeah.
We play 4-4-2 for some reason, and it's gross. We have no great midfielders.
74-year-old man.
Yeah, I mean, true. But I think we'll be fine. We'll stay up. We're currently 11th. We're on the same amount of points as United and Arsenal, and we've got one more point than City, and we're one point behind 7th. So we're not doing too badly right now. It's just,
no, not at all.
With Zaha gone, Zaha won't be playing this week either because of he's self-isolating. So probably another
get him out my bloody team. Absolutely snuffed me going into this week against Harry.
It's not good. Oh. But Burnley. Their time is coming. They are going to get relegated soon.
Yeah.
it might not be this year because they might just bank on the fact that Sheffield United are going to be the team that are really bad from last year.
It's not
and
about
just bank on the two.
Yeah, it's just about who's
Championship
worse,
teams going
not
down.
who's better.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think Burnley's time's coming to an end. I think Sean Dyche would be a manager I'd quite like to see come to Palace after Roy.
Yeah.
Or yeah, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think they might have enough in them to stay up this year. Burnley. I think it just depends on if Sheffield United stays being rubbish and Fulham and West Brom don't get rolling. So I think they might be okay. They might be okay.
But what Fulham have that the others don't have is a massive budget.
Yeah, true, and they just don't know how to use it.
Hmm.
They just spend money like it's nothing, but not on good players. Or players that fit their team, or they get too many players and they can't integrate it all into a team and build a culture because they're just getting players in from left, right, and centre. But
they've got 2 playoff finals worth of winning money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can argue that they didn't deserve to actually win the playoff final last year. It was very much, very much. They weren't the favourites. But we'll leave that. Yeah, Brentford just couldn't get it together. But we'll leave that rubbish game and we'll move on to another kind of boring game. Wolves 1, Southampton 1. 2 non-boring teams at the moment played a bit of a boring game, I think.
Cancelled each other out, but was it Walcott got his goal?
I mean, yeah, Walcott got his goal. That's his first goal since returning to Southampton, right?
Yes.
I believe.
2006.
And then Nato scored for Wolves. Southampton had the lead, but couldn't quite hold on to it. I mean, Wolves dominated when you look at shots. They had 20 shots to Southampton's 7. Southampton had the more possession with 55%, but apart from that, it was pretty close, pretty even. 14 fouls apiece. Wolves really dominated with corners. They got 7 corners, and what do you think of these two teams? Who do you think is going to finish higher? Because they're both right up there at the moment, and Southampton for real. Do you think?
I reckon Southampton will hold on to a higher position than Wolves, but I think that is actually quite a close call still. I still think they could finish either side of each other.
So just some context: Southampton are 5th on 17, and Wolves are 9th on 14th.
I still think.
I think Wolves long term are a better team.
Yeah,
I think I've got a lot of promise and a lot to be excited about.
Yeah. No, I think Southampton. They're not going to hold on like this. They're not going to come 5th. Let's be real. But top 10 definitely. Yeah. I think they've got that sold. But I just don't. Do they? I mean, Walcott, yeah, fine, getting on a bit. Can't rely on him. Redmond's not the player that we thought he was going to be. I think we can all safely say that. Still very useful, but yeah, not the player he's going to be. You thought he was going to be. And Danny Ings. I mean, I don't know about Danny Ings. He's a good player, isn't he? I mean, I don't really know what to say.
He's a goal machine.
He's just a player.
Che Adams is waking up now as well since that goal was scored against City.
Yeah, he's definitely waking up. I like Che Adams.
Ward-Prowse as well.
KWP.
Yeah, James Ward-Prowse is a good player. He's got his England call up. I mean, he is literally a set piece guy. That seems to be the only thing he does is set pieces.
What about Kyle Walker-Peters?
I like Walker-Peters, and I like Walker-Peters. I actually think Tottenham could really use him right now, Kyle Walker-Peters. Yeah. Surprisingly, they got Rigudon. Is he their right back, or is he their left back?
I think he's left back.
Left back. So who's their right back? Aurier. Is it still Aurier they're putting up front? They're putting out right back.
He played against City, so I'm pretty sure it would be.
Yeah. See, Aurier still a verdict's out on Aurier for me. I think he's just too problematic, giving away penalties and fouls for my liking. Going forward, he's quality, but gives too much away. But yeah, I think Wolves for me, I think Wolves are the better team going forward. I think that they've got a much brighter future than Southampton do. I think that if anyone's going to knock into that top 6 teams, I think it's going to be them or Everton. I like, mini Portugal essentially is the team.
Yeah,
They
pretty much.
they love. I think they've built a culture there, which is Portugal. But it works really well, and all the players seem to love playing for Wolves, which is mad.
Well,
I mean,
great
Portugal
country,
to
Portugal.
Wolverhampton. I mean,
Yeah,
couldn't be
Wolverhampton,
more different.
horrible place. Portugal,
Yeah.
fantastic country.
Yeah, exactly.
It works for them. It works for them.
I really like the addition of Semedo after getting rid of Doherty to Spurs. I think that's been really good for them. Yeah, and I can't fault this Wolves team. I don't know where they're really lack anything. I think they've got one of the best strikers in the world in Jimenez. Not in the world, in the Premier League. Sorry, Jimenez, not in the world. Adama Traore is fantastic.
Yeah, great player.
And the Podence lad that they got is starting to
He's
really look
really
like
exciting.
Yeah, he's starting to really look like a player. Yeah, they got. Oh well, I've just seen they got John Ruddy. What a name! What a classic player, John Ruddy. But yeah, they got some good players. I think they'll be fine. That Fabio Silva kid, I'm actually yet to see him play. I haven't seen him, but he's for the future. I think he's going to be a very, very good player for them. But yeah, what do you guys think of Wolves for this year in Southampton? Do you think? Who do you think is gonna? Where do you think Wolves are going to finish, and where do you think Southampton are going to finish?
Wolves probably could get 9th to 7th, or probably 8th or 7th, and I think Southampton probably 9th.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Nice.
I think Wolves will get Europa League again.
Nice. I agree with you. I think Wolves
It'd be nice to see
Europa
it.
League. I think they'll finish above Leicester this year, and they'll get Europa League. But yeah, no. All right. So that's the wrap up for the week.
Nice.
For game week 9, it was an interesting one. But I think game week 10 is going to be even better.
Yeah.
Because we have
some
got
tasty looking fixtures.
Some good looking fixtures. We've got obviously Palace Newcastle Friday night game. You know, get ready for an absolute exhilarating game of football. It's going to be two world class teams battling it out for mid-table. But yeah, so you've got Chelsea Tottenham. That's going to be a fantastic game. Arsenal Wolves, I think, is going to be a fantastic game.
Yeah.
That's really it. I think Southampton will be. Man United could be very interesting. But I think one of the big things we do need to talk about why this game week 10 is going to be so much more interesting is because we've got the return of Premier League of fans to the Premier League.
We do, yeah.
Now that is coming with some strict sort of rules, I guess you'd say. Well, the government. So I'll run through them with you guys quickly, and you just tell me what you guys think, really, and how this is going to affect teams going forward. So you've got up to 4,000 fans are going to be allowed into the stands in Tier 1 locations. So we'll see how that goes. And then you got Tier 2 are going to get 2,000. I know H, you've got the places, haven't you? Who are going to fall into where? And Tier 3, which I know from fact include is it Manchester?
Man United. Yeah.
Manchester, Man United, and City. They will have no fans. H, you want to run us through who's where?
Yeah. So it's I don't have any tiers, but there's 10 teams who are allowed fans.
Oh right, yeah.
Allowed fans are Arsenal, Brighton, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Liverpool, Southampton, Tottenham, and West Ham.
Good teams.
Okay. So Palace get their fans back. Lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some teams missing out there, but which I think is going to be interesting. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but they've set out the COVID code of conduct.
Dicey name.
Going forward. So they've banned alcohol. They've banned singing as well as shouting. And the food kiosks, all food kiosks and everything are going to remain closed.
Yeah.
Fans will have to agree to all of these rules prior to buying their tickets. So you actually have to agree to them. Clubs, they have said clubs can outline these new laws however they see fit. And they are going to be having discussions to discuss, obviously, what the consequences for those people who don't comply with the rules. Arrival times and exit times are going to be staggered to avoid crowds, and face coverings obviously are going to be required at all times. So what do you think about this, boys? Do you think the Premier League have done this right? What do you think? I mean, could this be done better?
They're following the tier structure nicely, but I guess it's just one of those things you've got to just see how it goes, because if it just creates just a new wave of spikes like every week, because it's fine having them in the stadium, and spread out and safe, but they're traveling. They're coming from places. They're all going to get there at the same time. They're all going to leave at the same time. And it's still a lot of people. It's going to be because like where everything was closing at 10
yeah,
PM,
I mean,
it's just one big rush. So maybe they might be. I think the only reason why they're really pulling this in now is to keep those big clubs get that line of extra income to get the economy. I don't think there's anything behind the goods or the fans
well,
want to watch the game. It's all about the money. It's all about the money, really. So, in terms of money, it's going to be fine.
I'm quite. I don't know if I agree with the way. Obviously, you have to stick to the tiers and how the government's doing things, right? You can't go again. You need to factor that in. But having like 2,000 or 4,000 fans at Sellers Park is very different to having 4,000 fans at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think they should have worked it out on stadium capacity.
Yeah, for sure.
As well, because you can't obviously socially distance as well as you can if at Sellers Park as you can at Stamford Bridge or at Emirates.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to work. I think they're definitely going to have to be rejigging this as they go forward. Obviously, you know, it's new for everyone. We can't really blame the Premier League or whoever for if this doesn't go right, because this is unprecedented times. We don't really know how to deal with stuff.
No way to
prepare.
I mean? There was no way to prepare for something. I mean, like this. Trial and error, really.
I mean, yeah.
But I get why they're doing it, but I still feel it is unfair to start allowing them back in when not all teams are going to be allowed to fans.
Yeah, it does definitely.
It is an advantage.
Yeah,
you can.
It is definitely an advantage.
There was quite a funny stat in regards to it. Cause it was like the last 2018 to 19 and 19 to 20. United had the largest, like the most fans turn up to games, and then it's like 20 to 21. It's just like some random low league team that has allowed fans of like 400 people. It's like the biggest outcome for a game was 400 people. I was like,
wow,
brilliant. I was like,
I love that. That's quality. Hilarious.
Yeah. I also saw on the I think it was Tactical's Instagram, and they announced like the teams that were and weren't. Like pretty much every comment was people saying, it's not fair that Man City are allowed all their fans."
The bench. But yeah. So I think it will be interesting to see how they get on with this. I think I'm happy for Palace because I think having the fans there is going to be a big boost for us.
Yeah, it's just going to change the dynamic because a lot of people were saying that the reason why there's been so many goals is because it feels more like training than it does a game day, because it certainly feels a lot emptier. As much as they make up for it with literally just playing sounds on the stadium. Yeah. A lot of people were saying the reason why the Premier League there's been a lot more goals, there's been a lot more penalties given and things like that, is because it just feels like training to the players. So I think if you can bring the fans in now, it's going to completely change the atmosphere, and football will be back to its usual self, but obviously it's still going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's just going to be interesting. I think the Premier League for the next couple of years is going to be interesting. We're going to see. Hopefully, we see some other teams win the goddamn thing. But I'm looking forward to this. I think we'll see. Fans are going to be happy getting back in. I mean, I was kind of happy with having football on Amazon Prime and that kind of thing. That was actually quite fun.
Oh yeah,
be able to watch whatever football. But I guess people we obviously want to see football live again rather than from our television.
Or pay 15 quid to watch Burnley play Palace.
That was horrible. Yeah. That's disgusting that they did that.
That's literally. I think that's been overturned already.
Yeah, it has, because the Palace Newcastle game is just on Prime for free on Friday tomorrow. So I might watch that.
I've got Prime.
Yeah,
I'm gonna whack it on.
Yeah, but all right, we'll get into our last segment of the first episode, and we're going to do our predictions for game week 10. I'll kick things off with Palace Newcastle. I think I wouldn't worry about watching this match if anyone's out there. If you've got nothing else on to watch on the Friday night, stick this game on Prime, because I think it could be quite funny.
Funny.
I think Palace. I think I've got to back the boys. We're gonna win 1-0. That's it.
Yeah.
We're gonna win 1-0. Ayu's gonna score.
I don't think it's gonna be a very interesting game.
Oh, we could definitely lose this as well. I'm only betting 1-0 because
Yeah.
I've got to back the boys. Otherwise, I could
I
definitely
don't-
say we could definitely lose.
You can lose it, but I don't think you will. But then again, it's one of those games that could go either way, really.
Yeah,
I've
sure.
also written 1-0.
Nice, I appreciate you. But yeah, we'll brush over that. We don't need to get into that game too much. There's not really much going on. Brighton, Liverpool. I've got a 3-0 Liverpool win.
Yeah.
I've also got 3-0 Liverpool.
I would also. I was about to say 3-0 Liverpool.
Nice.
Like that. We all agree on
I
that
think lights out. I think Brighton will do well to get any sort of hold on this game. If they can hold possession for a while, I'll be impressed. Liverpool are going to come out firing. Like I said earlier, I think the Van Dijk thing is actually not a blessing in disguise, but I think that
More of a double-edged sword for some teams.
right,
They'll
exactly.
push forward, and then that'll give.
They're gonna
Too many
teams
players
are going to
too
be
much space.
expecting more of Liverpool, expected to attack Liverpool more, and it's going to leave them open. And I think Brighton are a team that are gonna get put to the sword here by Salah, Jota, and Mane and Firmino. I think they're just going to absolutely run riot around them. They got Lamptey out, obviously a nice prospect going for Brighton defensively. He's not there. Yeah, I think Liverpool will run away with this game.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to add anything?
No. I think
No, you've said it all,
hit
mate.
the nail on the head there.
Oh,
Let's be honest.
we're all agreed. 3-0.
So I've got City, Burnley, another 3-0 win City.
Yep.
I think yeah, goals galore in these City and Liverpool games. I think both going to have 3-0 wins.
I went 3-1. I think that with Burnley the other day against
Yeah.
you boys.
Yeah.
We'll at least spur them on a bit. I reckon it might need to
See,
go.
I was
Okay.
thinking more 2-0 to City.
2-0 City.
Just
Okay.
because recently they just haven't been the team that dominate every fucking team. They just haven't
Nah.
been the team that scores goals.
No.
No, not recently. I mean, in the part they can still do it. I mean, look at who they're going to be playing. Like you name a handful of those players who are worth millions.
Yeah. They need Aguero
But,
back. But
I
yeah.
don't know. KDB's been out of form. He's probably he has been the most transferred out player so
Yeah.
far.
He's been disappointing this season,
Disappointing
to
to
say
the
the
least.
least.
But yeah, I
but
don't know.
City have as a whole, so-
Commentators are always going on about
Yeah,
more
Yeah.
than any player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
yeah.
Commentators talking about how good he is.
Yeah. I love him still. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's
Great
still
player.
probably the best midfielder in the world at this point. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been disappointing so far this season. But then City have as a whole, and I think they will they will get rid of the dust soon, and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so next game, Everton Leeds. I've got a 2-1 Everton win, and
2-2.
2-2. Okay,
2-2.
Mark.
I was gonna go 2-0 Everton.
2-0 Everton. Okay,
Yeah.
you're not feeling Leeds.
Not really. No, they're just not. I mean, the start of the season they were great, but I just don't think they've got anything at the back. And to be honest, I think Everton will learn their lesson from the Fulham game and focus probably more on defending and leaving going forward. We all know is fine for Everton. That's not something they struggle with at the moment. So
Yeah.
they'll put more of their attention at the back to get that clean sheet and to get
Yeah.
themselves up.
No, yeah, I like that. I do like that, but I think Leeds will get a goal. I
Leeds
do
have
think
a
they're sneaky
strong-
Bamford
yeah.
or like a Helder Costa or a Jack Harrison, someone like that. I think is going to get them a goal.
I mean, I could do with a
but-
Bamford goal. I've got him in my team.
I see Leeds scoring first,
Yeah.
and Everton coming back, and I think it's going to be Richarlison and DCL goals to win them.
Always
to win
expect
the
a
game.
DCL goal.
Yeah, I think Everton have just got too much going forward for Leeds' defence to really
Cope.
to cope with. Yeah, exactly. Maybe the most boring game of the week, West Brom Sheffield United. I've got Sheffield United winning 2-0
Yeah.
because they have more going forward than
Yeah,
West Brom
I
do.
think Sheffield United 2-0 as well. It's going to be a boring
We
game.
could see Brewster's first goal,
Could do. That's what I was about
Could
to
see
say.
Brewster's
Could see
first
Brewster
goal, yeah.
come in and.
but
get a goal.
I mean West Brom are resilient. I mean I triple captain fucking bloody Son when we when Spurs
yeah.
played West Brom, and it did. He got me 9 points.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Yeah.
West Brom can be quite resilient. So maybe something. But I think for me, Sheffield United 2, West Brom 0. What about you guys?
With a Brewster goal.
I went 1-0 for the Sheffield United win, but
Nice.
it could go either way.
Yeah.
Anything can happen except one of the teams scoring more than 2 goals.
Yeah, I agree completely. Now, Southampton United, I've got this as a 1-1.
Oh,
2-2.
yeah.
2-2,
1-1.
okay.
1-1.
You got 1-1 as well?
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's one of those games.
Yeah,
Southampton
I just,
are doing good. Man
This is
United,
Southampton's game to, like, I was like, oh, Southampton are going to throw this.
nah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they're going to, like, United, they're going to be 1-0 up and United are going to get a penalty. That's what's going to happen.
Yes, exactly.
Always
What's
do
gonna,
that.
This is exactly what's going to be
man.
like
10
8
years,
years. 8 years.
10 years ago, United were winning the title.
Yeah, yeah. And now, yeah, they're gonna,
About 7th place.
Yeah.
and now they're gonna do well to get a draw.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think United are, until they sort out their manager and their backline still, like, they're not, and they can't be buying Harry Maguire for 80 million. I'm just sorry. It's just, I know it's beating a dead horse at this point, but Jesus Christ, the man is not worth the money, and Lindelof is not a good player either. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, 1-1, I think.
For sure.
I've got Spurs beating Chelsea 2-1.
Oh, I was thinking 3-1.
2-1.
3-1.
2-1 to Spurs.
Yeah.
We all got Spurs winning.
Yeah, all got Spurs winning.
Okay.
I think that's a given.
I think
the partnership between
just-
Son and Kane is just too dangerous at the
Yeah.
moment. Kane doesn't have to do anything, and he'll get Son a goal.
I
He'll
think
just pull
I don't
defenders
think
out.
They just get the job done.
They do.
Yeah, I just think this rest for Kane has just been what he needed.
Yeah.
To get back to, he's actually finally recovered from the World Cup. I think he's now just finally recovered from the World Cup.
I also think Spurs have the defense the defense to cope with
You
Chelsea
guys.
going forward.
I know.
If you look at that City game,
no Alderweireld's ruled out, by the way.
Oh, well, okay. But if you look at that City
5-0
game,
Chelsea.
they had yeah, I think it'll be a Spurs win easy.
Yeah, I've got Spurs winning this, and I think they'll be still tied top of the league. But Arsenal Wolves, I've got Wolves winning this 1-0.
I was thinking 1-1.
2-1 Wolves, 1-1. Okay.
1-1.
None of us have Arsenal winning this game.
I'm going to break down Wolves' defence.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet they win now. Arsenal are going to win now.
Yeah, Arsenal.
Yeah, they're gonna destroy.
Lacazette hat-trick, because I said he was overrated.
Oh god, he is the most overrated. Might be the most overrated striker in the league. I think. Yeah, definitely. Arsenal just have. I just don't. They just. I can't even say it. Like, I'm lost for words about Arsenal. They're just that bad right now. I just don't see any hope of them getting goals. Like, it's not their defending that I have a problem with. Their goals, they just can't get them.
Mm.
Aubameyang's finally just switched off. He's just like, oh, you know what? I'm actually done.
Well, since he was signed his new contract, he just hasn't scored a goal.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I think he's just been like, you know what? I'm this. I need to.
You reckon
Madrid.
they held the gun to his head? Contract for him.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I was saying this in the summer. I was saying this to some Arsenal fans that are friends of mine, like Hendry and that. Hendry and George went off on me about it, saying that they signed Aubameyang to this contract, but they still need to sell him because he doesn't fit their timeline. He doesn't fit what they're doing. They have so many of these young players. They're just stuffing them with like Partey. I think is a great player. He doesn't fit the timeline or fit the squad of Arsenal right now and what they want to achieve. He's a player that you sign if you're trying to win the league. They're not trying to win the league. They're trying to build a culture, build a team. And I don't know. I just think Aubameyang should have got sold. I think he will maybe get sold this summer if he doesn't shape up. But then I think they're going to take a significant loss on what they could have got from him this summer just gone.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal need to hit the reset button completely.
In the transfer window, they're getting by. Getting players like Aubameyang and Partey.
Yeah.
Getting by off the club they were, rather than the club they are.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is not Arsenal of like this is not Invincibles Arsenal or anywhere near. They're in a worse position they are now than they were with Wenger.
Yeah, definitely.
And although maybe it was right for Wenger to go, we're not going to get into all that because we could be here for ages talking about that. But maybe it was right for Wenger to still go regardless. But like they are in no better position. And I like Arteta, but they have nothing about them that makes me think they're going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
I think with time, Arteta could definitely do it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I agree. I think he could definitely turn this around, but he needs to get the right players in. Leicester Fulham. What you guys got for this? I've got 2-0 Leicester.
3-0.
3-0. Yeah, 3-0.
What do you reckon, guys? What's going to happen for Leicester? Are they going to just dominate Fulham? I guess.
Yeah, you don't really expect it to be any different though, do you?
They've got a lot of creativity in midfield.
Yeah, with Madison starting to come back into full force, you'll probably see a lot more. I think Madison will get a goal. Vardy will get a goal.
Vardy will be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
he might even mess around and score 5 or 6.
Yeah, he might do. It depends. I reckon Justin might get one as well.
Justin? Okay. Appreciate that. He's in my fantasy team, so I hope he does that.
Yeah, he's in my fantasy team, so I hope he does.
Nice. So,
I hope he doesn't.
Anything to round off on that, H, or is everything good?
I think Harvey Barnes will have a good game.
Yeah, he'll have a good game.
Yeah,
creative spark. He can.
A lot of good players.
Terrified as Fulham. He's the person that can just take him to the game.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Yeah.
So last game of the week, West Ham, Aston Villa, at the London Stadium. I've got Villa winning 1-0.
Oh, I had Villa winning 2-1.
I've got 2-1 Villa as well.
Okay, so we're all on the side of
pretty
Villa
lined up today.
Yeah, we are.
We are pretty lined up. We're gonna have to look at this. I think we should keep an ongoing score of how many we got right and wrong.
Yeah,
prediction league, like a table. So we'll keep that going.
Fix it post.
Yeah, and yeah. So I think that could be quite interesting. Yeah, I think Villa will win. West Ham are good. Getting there. I still hate them, but West Ham, Villa are. Yeah, they seem to something switched on for them. Something, they're starting to click now. Villa.
Definitely.
And
wasn't a Liverpool game.
yeah, I mean, if you beat Liverpool 7-2, do you know what I mean? You can beat West Ham.
Oh, forgot about that.
Yeah, no, isn't it? It's mad.
So long ago.
God, Liverpool shit. And then, yeah, so I think Villa will be fine in this. I think, they're going to come away with the 3 points. This could, I wouldn't be surprised if West Ham did somehow get something, potentially.
Yeah.
Because they are.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because Villa aren't some solid team all the way through. They definitely could. I mean, Martinez, what a pickup! My Arsenal fans must be like, well, I don't know. I do like Leno, but
yeah,
I think Martinez is someone that you can really rely on in the back.
Equally, West Ham have a lot of ability as well. With it.
Yeah, they've got a lot of firepower going forward.
They've really come into their own as a team this season.
They need to start playing Ben Rama. Yeah, I don't know about Antonio. Is he still out?
Possibly.
I think he's still out because he didn't play he didn't play against who do they play? United, Sheffield United. I think he's injured. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, in that I think Villa will get the win for sure, but it might be actually quite interesting.
It might be a close one. That would be an interesting game to watch. But...
It might be, but it was equally. It could be 0-0 and it could be boring as hell. So yeah. It's the Premier League.
Anything can happen.
Exactly. But
I think that game above all others has the potential to just surprise any game.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're. I don't think we could call anyone better to be a worst game of the week as West Brom Sheffield United. That's definitely going to be the worst game of the week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Newcastle could well be as.
Oh yeah. Sorry, bias came into that.
It's gonna be a great game,
dead game. That could be really bad, and that's a Friday night game as well.
Also, if Newcastle win, then you will definitely say that was the worst game.
Yeah, true. But right, boys, that's it. That's all we got. That's all we got time for today.
But we have to make an honourable mention, don't we?
Oh, of course. Before we go, I would just like to say, obviously, yesterday we had a passing of an absolute legend in the football game. So I'd just like to say, rest in peace, Diego Maradona, prayers to your family and the whole of Argentina right now, because they must be. I can imagine that they're going through something. So
absolute football legend.
Yeah, the GOAT, really. If we're going to do,
just a cultural icon as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
personality.
And the memes. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But no, we're I think we lost it. The sport lost the great, probably the greatest of all time.
He's considered the greatest of all time.
He's in the top five.
Yeah.
Well, whoever you ask, he's in the top five.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think, prayers up to him and to his family and that, and I hope. It's sad to see, man. I hope we don't lose any more great players going forward. But
No,
bit
we
of a downer
will
to end the
eventually,
episode on, innit?
but everyone's got to go.
Yeah,
He had a sick life, so fair play to him.
yeah, true. He definitely had an alright life.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Jesus.
So, you can see at the World Cup he had an alright life. But so I think going for next week, I guess we'll be doing. I don't know. We haven't decided what we're going to be doing next week. We'll definitely probably round up the games and stuff like that and do some predictions again. I
think we'll talk about Man United's penalty again. They're probably
definitely. They're saving their asses and then But yeah, thanks for joining me, boys. We'll see you again next week.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
That's all right. And see you later, everyone. Cheers for tuning in. Laters.
Goodbye, fans.
Oh, we didn't have to leave the conversation.
Yeah.
I could just stop editing.
I know. I realised that.
Please keep that in the video.